Hello everyone. So in this video, this was day 13 of my training, and I decided to go back and record the audio after the fact. I had forgotten to plug in my microphone, so all you heard was just a bunch of wind noise. The light that I'm coming up to is actually the first time that I'm going to be making a left turn at a light. And then also this road tends to be a little bit busy, and I needed to be able to mitigate traffic. So when the light turns green, I go, and I still watch for vehicles even though that I have a green light. Now I'm on the main road here, and I'm pretty much gonna go straight towards the gas station. The speed limit is 55 miles per hour, so I do try to get up to speed, and eventually I do get up to speed. I notice here that I left my turn signal on, and that's something that I really need to pay attention to. I finally did realize that it was on, so I went ahead and turned it off. So right now you see I'm traveling at 50 miles per hour, which is not too bad. I'm keeping an eye on traffic behind me just to make sure that I'm not slowing anyone down. And the other reason is I just don't want to have vehicles be impatient and then come up too close to me. There's a curve coming up, and this is like one of the first times that I'm taking the curve at speed. And then you'll notice a little bit ahead there's even going to be a curve where you're supposed to go 35 miles per hour. Coming to this curb, I was paying attention to make sure that I was going to be leaning the bike correctly and that I wasn't going to make any mistakes, all while keeping an eye on other vehicles that could be approaching, and just in case anyone's going to be pulling out. I was pretty happy that I was doing well on the trip to the gas station. I kept an eye out for debris because I hadn't ridden this with my bike before. This is the first time that I had gone out on my XMax 300 scooter. So this is another one of the curves that come up. So I'm being careful. I'm making sure I'm not going too fast, and I'm holding my lane position. I didn't really need to do it outside inside since I'm going at a relatively slow pace. I watched for vehicles coming around the bend, because a lot of times over here you will get vehicles that pull out in front of you. I approach the stop sign, I look, and to make sure to make a complete stop. And after I stop, I still want to make sure that no one's going to go out of turn. So I did go. One of the things that I did practice on was to be able to take off just a little bit faster instead of slow. So as soon as I got my turn to go on the stop sign, I pretty much gave it a lot of throttle to get up to speed and then maintain. Here is just kind of a casual ride. I see the gas station up there ahead. Gas station is not too far from my house, but I did want to make this trip. One, obviously I needed some fuel because tomorrow I do plan on going to a parking lot and practice in a parking lot. I really am regretting that I didn't plug in my external mic, because I think that just kind of adds just a little bit more to it, and I like to hear the sounds of the engine, because that helps me practice my throttle control. So I'm gonna enter the gas station here, and I don't waste your time by going over all of the putting the fuel and everything in. So I do cut the video, and then I start going again. Here I'm gonna have to make a left turn. I can't see anything to my right, so I need to definitely wait for the truck to move. And then I do see some vehicles on the left. I kept an eye out on them. I didn't really want to go until the road was absolutely clear for me and it was safe and I stayed within my skill set. I noticed a car on the right, there's a silver car on the right hand side that you see that pass, and then this vehicle passes, and now it looks like I'm in the clear. So I go ahead and make my left turn, and then I come back to the lights, and then fortunately for me they turned green. I didn't have to stop, but I still looked both ways just in case you're in one of those situations where somebody decides to run a red light. There's a truck that gave its turn signal, so I went ahead and slowed down to let the truck in, and then what I wanted to do was keep my distance away from the truck just in case there was any debris that was kicked up. I'm not skilled enough to where I was going to be able to deal with it, so I basically just kept my distance. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, it was a nice day to ride. I do wear full gear. I know that some people may be laughing that hey, you're on a XMax 300 scooter and you're wearing all this gear, but for me, I'm older and safety is my number one priority. I just don't want to get injured, and maybe in a couple years when I'm really feeling comfortable on two wheels, I'll upgrade to a bike, maybe like a Rebel 500 or something like that, or we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I'm coming back up to the stop sign here, and I make sure to make a complete stop. I look both ways just to make sure that there's no traffic. There's no traffic, so I went ahead and accelerated. And again, I try to accelerate a little bit faster than I used to, just to make sure I could get up to speed. This is a curve that goes left and then right as well. So I was trying to take the curve properly, leaning my bike, going at the speed that I felt comfortable with, and it was a little bit slower than the speed that was posted for the curve, but since this is kind of my first time doing the turns, I wanted to be exceptionally careful. And another thing is, when you go around this bend, sometimes vehicles are pulled over on the side for whatever reason, and you're not going to see them, and they will pull out in front of you. I've noticed that a couple of times when I was driving my car. And another thing that I want to tell you guys is, what I've done in the past is just take my car to an area where I would like to ride, just so I could get a little bit familiar with the road. And I'm just doing that now since I'm so new. This was only day 13 of my training, and I don't edit a lot of my videos. The only thing that edited out this time was the gas station, and also I'm recording the audio separate because it would have just annoyed the heck out of you guys listening to the audio, and where basically all it was noise and then a little bit of my voice. I'm getting closer to my house, and at this point I'm really excited that I'm up to speed, and at one point I even got up to 60 miles per hour. That's the fastest that I've gone on my XMax 300 scooter. It does have a capability of going 85 miles per hour, but I felt semi-comfortable at 60. Again, it was the fastest that I've gone so far, and as I get more comfortable and my comfort level increases, I'll be able to go a little bit faster. I mostly plan on doing a lot of city riding, so I'm not going to have to worry too much about being out there on the freeway. This is a light that goes back towards my house, and then shortly after here is where I pretty much end the video. So I'm hoping you guys are really enjoying my journey. This is something very new for me. I do hope that you make it to the end of the videos. Like and subscribe, and if there's something that